Great.
Where am I?
Wait, where am I?
Hey, great. That's why I hate those bars on the sides. Hey, great Monday evening. It is a crazy evening in the city of Brownsville and in this office.
Where's the camera? I'm not going to be on the show tonight. Sorry, guys.
You're already on.
Neither am I.
You're already on.
No, that's it.
Okay, bye.
So this is how it all works.
Yeah.
On this side. That's why I watched that. I watched the YouTube over there.
You watch yourself?
Good evening, good evening, good evening, evening. Joel Biden. Hey, what's up? How's your day going?
I swear.
He's got a Hitler picture on there. I don't know how long that's going to last.
You can go through this and it's all for the kids.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Hand the bag.
Have a great evening. I'm going to keep the bag. Thank you. Well, if someone was here, I could go lock the door in peace. Sorry, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, it's a live show. And let me say, I was expecting at least someone to pop up tonight. We were supposed to have a couple of people on. Robert, my man, God bless. We're supposed to have a couple of people on tonight. We'll go into the girl. We were supposed to have Sam, of course. Sam usually is free on the evenings. Going to have Danny on. Danny is the crap. Danny is another podcaster here in the city of Brownsville. He doesn't call it a podcast; he calls it something else. And actually, we had a conversation in regards to coming on and sharing some of his experiences out there with some of the stuff that was going on with local restaurants. But he hasn't sent word. So if anyone knows Danny Salinas, hey, let them know we're waiting. But I'm here, and I didn't know if Maggie was going to come on or not. And then all of a sudden, like a minute, 2 minutes right before we started the show, I got Jesus with me. It's all I need. Jesus, take the wheel. 2 minutes before the show, I hear tapping or rapping on my chamber door. Just a rapping. Forevermore, nevermore. I can't remember the poem. I used to know the Raven. It's kind of crazy, but I just lost it. But so I go to the door, rushing, thinking that it was maybe the intern that was coming to be on the show, and sure enough, it's Patricia Alejandro. And I'm going like, what the hell is Patricia Alejandro doing out there? Was Maggie's out there, and she brought me some toys and stuff for the kids in Mexico. And again, guys, that's something that I do quite often. I do take a bunch of stuff to kids in Mexico. I also received some baby food from some of the friends out there, and I'm very, very glad that individuals, are interested in helping out individuals that don't necessarily have a lot of the same resources that we have here in the United States, or a lot of the resources that we're able to obtain. So I'm very, very proud that people still bring stuff over. Again, guys, every little bit helps. Every very little bit helps. And again, thank y'all. So that's why Maggie just said that she's not going to be on. As she probably still listening on the way home, because I'm sure she wanted me to talk about the surprise that I was giving. And I'm pretty good with surprises. I kind of like them. They're like, it kind of ships and shapes outside of the mundane world. So surprises aren't bad. Unless you have to pay for the surprises. And then I don't kind of like them that much. But I do like surprises. And I sure was surprised to hear a tapping on my chamber door. And I'm at the office. As that's why I had to rush off as soon as Maggie and Patricia Alejandro came on and did their hey hey heys. I had to go rush off and make sure that the doors were locked because I am not going to get stuck downtown in the city of Brownsville, Texas, with unlocked doors. It would not be prudent. Would not be prudent at all. So, while anyone decides to come on the show tonight, este, well, someone opts to come out the show tonight. It's just me. So what I've decided to do, guys, is we're going to go and talk about everything that's happened and transpired throughout the day in the city of Brownsville, and then we'll see where that leaves us off, and then we'll call it quits for tonight. I read a meme before I came on. In the meme, what it stated that the reason sometimes it's the meme stated sometimes I want to quit, but to continue to prove my but to keeping continue to prove my detractors wrong uh, keeps me going. And I thought it was kind of cute in a second sense because I don't really think that I have that type of sentiment, guys. I don't think that I'm out here and I do it just because my detractors and my haters would love to see us end these things. Este, I do them because I still think that they are important. They are important to the community. And a lot of folk out there who just want to stay informed of what the hell is going on in the city and in the county. And I think that that is a service that we amply provide. So until y'all stop watching, I'm still going to come out here. But please, if y'all kindly would, please like and share that Erasmo Castro candidate page. That would just help tons. Erasmo's setup is real rich. It's trippy, but my setup here at the office, guys, is really different. It's different in the sense that you would not expect that all this was back here, and it's kind of trippy because you get to see a lot of those memory things pop up. And I was actually seeing some of some memories of some of our first shows out here, guys. I mean, literally, we just had a table out there in front, and that's where we did the shows. And I had no furniture whatsoever, had no decor, nothing. And slowly, now this place, it seems like muddled as the hoarder's office. But I'm still trying to get a friend of mine to take away this desk that he's had here for the past year and a half after I sold it to him. And if that friend of mine is out there listening, come get your damn desk because it's just taking up space now. The ultimate goal is to transform this part of the office into a stage, like a set, like a like a talk show host with a little nice small desk and a little couch or something, to whereas we can have those conversations with folks out there. What happened to the girl that got kicked in the face? As of right now, guys, the information that we have has been basically the same. She did not succumb to the kick. Cancel. She did not succumb to the kick. She took a licking and kept on ticking. She's doing okay. As the last that I heard, guys, she, according to the Brownsville Police Department's report, cancel. She had gone out there. Cancel. Cancel. She had gone out there to the police department and filed a police report. Filed a police report against the individuals that had kicked her in the face. Uh, I am not a lawyer. Cancel Frankie's show. I am not a lawyer, and I do not ever to pretend to be one. I think it's just going to be kind of hard Because even though the individual went out there and stated that someone had punched her in the face, guys, they were all out there fighting, you know? And I honestly think that the only way that the guy could have been charged is if the guy had actually, you know, taken her life. Because at the end of the day, what you're going to do, you're going to sue each other for damages, you know? I mean, the girl was okay to go walk herself into the police station to file a police report. So, honestly, I don't know what type of charges the guys that kicked her in the face are looking at. And I'm not trying to be an a-hole. I'm not trying to be gacho. But really, you're all out there in the middle of the parking lot at Whataburger. Y'all are fighting. And the girl that got kicked in the face, I don't know if you saw the video, guys, but she was out there punching the other girl, what appeared to be in the head. Again, that's what it looked like. The boyfriend comes and kicks her off. You know, was it self-defense? Does that make sense? I think a face kick carries a grab grade. Yeah, but how can you measure that? I mean, does that, what's that law called? The canon law? Yeah, he could say it was self-defense, no? Hold on, let me get to these comments because I'm trying to pick on this. You got Jesus with you. That's all you need. Amen, brother. Love you, brother. ¿Qué onda, Erasmo? ¿Qué onda, Luis? Love you, Papa. What, Jimmy? Erasmo's rich? Yeah, very much. He's rich. Erasmo, did Jimmy win in Portugal? We'll find out tomorrow. I am very confident that Jimmy is going to do really, really well. Let's see. Good evening. Good evening. Cancel Frankie show. Oh, please. Good evening. Good evening. I think a face kick carries an aggravated assault. Yes, but if it's a face kick where there's no fight entailed, isn't it? I mean, wouldn't you have to actually go back and to see what the origins of all this mess was? Because again, guys, the girl that got kicked is out there punching the face of the girl that was tirada en el piso. Does that make sense? So I don't know, Frankie. As a layman, I believe it would be assault. She could say it was self-defense. Oh, wait a minute. Who? Oh, that her punching the other girl was self-defense? I don't know. I mean, isn't it a little bit estirada de los cabellos? I don't know. Maybe if a lawyer could come on or someone with a little bit of more knowledge in regards to the courtroom could have an opinion, can decide to come on. That's my dentist. I'll go back to your comment, Peter. Uh, Kicks and fists are differently charged. I don't know if that's true. I wonder if Whataburger is going to be having more security presence. I thought they had already. Oh, maybe somebody could come and help me out tonight. I, I don't know. It's kind of a trippy deal because I had figured that they had already had all this security out there revamped, and again, not that I would know, not that I would know anything in regards to Whataburger at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, or what type of security they have. I mean, just have no clue. But este, I don't know if it's even affordable for individuals at this point. I'm not sure. I'll go back to your comment, Arthur. I promise. Good evening, Frankie. Great show this morning. Cancel, Frankie show. Cancel. Cancel. Let me go to Peter's first. It is you find solo no goose your wingman. No goose for Erasmo tonight. Nada. Just me. I've sent a couple of requests to a couple of people out there, Frankie, Roman, Sam, Danny. And at the last moment, I just quickly saw that Danny had canceled out on me. My dentist is being facetious. Let me go into the FFA. That's the one actually I want to get to. It looks like we're going to see some rockets launch. The FAA finally approved. Yes, and congratulations to SpaceX. Congratulations to our community guys. And guys, we need SpaceX. There is no doubt in my mind, guys, in my heart and my soul, that this community needs SpaceX. Like I need a garter belt. It's just too damn important for our community not to have. We desperately, desperately need SpaceX. And I'm very, very proud that there's a lot of little class C little things that they got to take care of and stuff, but they're going to get through it. They're going to do it. I mean, they're already here. And look, guys, all of us out there should be a little bit on the grateful side in regards to having SpaceX here. I was out at the HEB today because I wanted to get some type of food in my system because for some reason, I'm struggling a little bit health wise. I don't know if a lot of y'all can notice, but my voice was literally leaving on Sunday. I don't know if anyone saw my sermon on Sunday night. It was an amazing class, amazing Bible lesson that I gave out there, guys. But my voice was literally fading away. If it wasn't for Alicia that gave me a pastilla, I was able to clear that up and go get through the sermon. This morning, I got an injection in order to desinflamar la garganta, and I think it did a little bit of good. But I'm not my healthiest right now. I know I'm not. For some reason, I know that there's something inside of me that's really going to knock me on my ass pretty soon. I think I have like a stomach virus. I can't keep food down. I'm eating a lot less than what I usually eat, that is scary in itself. And I'm starting to get these headaches right about here, like a migraine headache. So again, prayers are appreciated, guys. Pero despite all my weaknesses, all my illnesses, and all my ill health, I'm going to be out here. But anyway, I was at HEB today because I wanted to get something to eat, and I ran into a friend of mine. They go, "Hey, Erasmo, how's it going?" I said, "Good. Hey, what race are you running?" I said, "I'm running against County Commissioner two, Precinct two. It's the Joey Lopez." Hey, man, he goes, "What about that arena? Hey, man, great job." I said, "Yeah, great job for the whole community. The whole community came together and decided that, we didn't want any part of this mess because at the end of the day, again, we were going to go out there and put a lot of money into the pockets of these politicians. And the problem is they're already banking money. You know, every single elected official out here, guys, has a pet project that ultimately, in one way, shape, form, or other, is going to benefit them. And again, guys, I go back. Thank you, He-Man. I go back, guys, into a lot of the different promises that have been made. Remember, guys, we're in June. We're already heading towards mid-June, guys. And mid-June, we still don't know what the hell is going to happen with the Tenasca audit that we're supposed to get. We haven't received anything. You know, it's already mid-June, and we still haven't had the town hall commissioners meeting that Commissioner Los Santos and Commissioner, the one that Frankie can't remember, Commissioner Cardenas. We still haven't gotten the town hall meeting. So we need to be kept informed. But I still say it's great news that SpaceX is going to be out there launching rockets, Frankie.
Yeah, I think we could all agree. After watching that Netflix series on Elon Musk and the race to space once again, it was interesting to note, how the importance of space exploration is needed. I forgot that NASA, I think they got rid of Cape Canaveral, if I'm mistaken, in Florida, or a launching site in Florida at one time. And for 10 years, and thanks to the Obama administration, they kind of set this thing in motion. But the interesting thing, Erasmo, was that the report, and I have yet to read it. That's something that we are going to be talking about on Wednesday. So for everybody tuning in, make sure you stop by. Good morning, Brownsville. But the key word, Erasmo, I don't know if you caught it,
Wednesday
was
is at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wednesday, 7 a.m. The key word, Erasmo, was that the report found that it was not going to have no significant impact to the surrounding areas of the
Environment.
community and the environment, which is kind of odd when you really think about it, because we've already affected the wildlife and the local habitat here within our community. And for them to say, it's kind of like an outsider, no? For an outsider to tell us nothing's going to happen, it's okay, we're kind of like, what? That's the impression that I got. It's kind of like, well, it is going to affect in some shape or form. But again, I still haven't read the fine print. I haven't read the details, but that just kind of caught my attention.
Well, you've seen the picture that has gone out, pre SpaceX, and then now with SpaceX, and it really is an environmentalist, porn, because it really, really shows in that picture. And I don't know if the picture, and again, I don't know if that picture was photoshopped a little bit to make it look a little bit greener, because I don't remember seeing a lot of that green out there on Boca Chica anyway. But whatever the case may be, and you're right, it's already caused an impact. You can't. I mean, it's evident, it's already caused an impact. But I am going to say, Frankie, and this is just my opinion, it's a sacrifice I want to make.
And you always try to weigh the pros and the cons for every type of situation. Have we here in a local community, have we given up on Boca Chica Beach? And that's something that it's funny. It's something that I was thinking about earlier. I'm not one to say that, oh, I grew up going to Boca Chica Beach, and I'm an avid fisherman, and they're taking away my my playing ground, my where I love to go. But again, at the same time, we do have people who live in that area. We do have avid fishermen that do enjoy Boca Chica Beach rather than Top Island, which is more touristy, more businessy, a lot more expensive. And there are people, are we giving up, our our beach for the world's richest man? So it's unfortunate, Osmo, but I feel as if many people have already said, oh well, it's something that we're willing to give up because of the economic opportunity that we could have, and it's not like if y'all use a beach anyway, so why y'all crying about it? But the way I feel, Erasmo, is, and you've spoken about it. I believe other people, Roman, has spoken about it. What happens if Elon Musk, for whatever reason, is like, you know what? Nah, bronze not my thing. Later's. What's
Well,
going to be all that sacrifice? There is over $1 billion and much more investment. But how
more.
is that going to affect? How is that going to affect in the long run? Is this like a 40, 50-year plan, which I anticipate that to be the case? But it's just hard for me to fathom. Are we giving up the beach for something that's going to affect us in the long run? It's just hard to weigh, really.
Well, and look, and I like the point that you make. Finally, I like one of your points that you make. But no, can you imagine, Frankie? And let's think of Brownsville as a whole, Cameron County as a whole. Can you imagine? Elon Musk was recommended to send money downtown Brownsville, in the sums of $20 million, if I'm not mistaken, and then $30 million, and then to the schools, districts, and other places out there. But can you imagine, Sam? Can you imagine, Frankie, if that money would have been placed in Boca Chica Beach? You know, a development out there. They're looking for homes and stuff. A couple of condominiums up there. Maybe start getting ready for some gaming out there, some gambling or stuff. Something. There's a lot of space out there. And if all that money would have been generated that way, I don't think a small amusement park, a couple of nice, amazing piers for fishermen, Frankie, some stuff that at least it would be meeting us halfway, you know, because at the end of the day, it would bring more people to SpaceX, to watch it. Because my thought, Frank, at first was that they were actually going to build like an amphitheater right there close by where people could go throw a big old massive picnic and we could all go out there and, a big old deck or something like they have at Clayton's, and a big old deck, and just like lounge around, have some drinks, buy some food and just watch those rockets go up in the air. We've got nothing out there. And I think that's part of the concern. Because can you imagine building some amazing piers out there? A theme park, a water park, something. Those 50 million, $60 million that he's poured in this community could have gone to the people of Cameron County instead of the politicos' pockets.
But as we all know, unfortunately, that's the way it rolls. First, you got to grease some pockets in order for you. Even the world's richest man, that's the way you got to go. And I've heard people say, "Oh, is this a bribe? Is this?" Well, it could be interpreted as one. But nonetheless, I do anticipate that this isn't the end. And the last time I drove by, I think the last time I went was when I went to a Lopez basketball game. I believe that was it's been a while since I've been in that area, even though I live close by. I drove by and they're starting to clear areas. There is one corner lot that has a gas station, an old gas station, and right across that they're already clearing the way.
El
So we
Monte.
do El Monte. We do anticipate businesses. We do anticipate uh, uh, you know some sort of attraction down the road. Why? Because all our eyes, all our attention is eventually going to lead down to Boca Chica. And as sharks know, they need gas, they need food, they need entertainment. There has to be some sort of establishments that is going down that way. Maybe not it may not be by Elon Musk, but I do see a developer investing heavily once this approval actually goes into the final step. Because again, this is just the first hurdle. I do anticipate lawsuits. I do anticipate this for this to drag out as long as possible. Let's not give up on those environmentalists. They're not just going to say, "Oh, the FFA, they gave the clearance. I'm done. It's over. Let's go home." No, they're going to fight this. Uh, you know,
Tooth and
uh,
nail.
all the way to the finish. We anticipate that. So it is going to be a hurdle. But it does seem as if Brownsville is headed towards possible launch to be the launching site to Mars.
Oh, that's amazing. And it's got great news for the community. Again, I just wish that the resources that were thrown out there by Elon Musk in order to grease some of those wheels as they, would have been thrown to something that actually impacts the community, city of Brownsville and Cameron County, because Cameron County's invested out there. I mean, there's still Cameron County property. And, one of the things that I got asked today, like, how the hell was South Padre Island or Cameron County, give permission to build that water park at Isla Blanca Park. And I thought, like, well, I have absolutely no clue. But, what I'm trying to say is, why can't we have that over here in Brownsville area? To whereas we could start attracting more individuals out there. And it would have been great because you would have been able to meet these people half ground because you mentioned the folks, you mentioned the fishermen. If you would have given the fishermen some piers out there, allá estuvieran, Frankie. They'd be out there because those guys are dedicated fishermen. Fix up some stuff over there by the jetties, to where is that, you could have convenience stores or something out there. They would go. And, I would dare say that they would opt to go more there than they would Akal Gaiman's Bridge or the canal. Because El Canal, they've started to shut down a lot of the old spaces that a lot of us used to fish at El Canal. So again, it's a missed opportunity. But again, my concern is that a lot of times these politicians, they're thinking about themselves more than they think of the community as a whole. And that's where they fail us. I got a message today, well, not yet, this weekend from a friend that I love. I love my friend. And, I mentioned because I knew he was a proponent to the arena. So I went out there and I said, hey, you know, what about the arena? He goes, well, and he literally said, Frankie, he goes, well, I don't mind politicians pocketing, some resources if that means that we're going to get other resources for the community. And I said, bro, I'm sorry, I mind it all. Still corruption. I don't want them to pocket anything. I don't want them to pocket anything. I want them to actually be public servants. And look, you ran for office. You knew exactly how much that position paid for, you know? And a lot of folk out there want to run for office despite the fact that they know that there is no pay. And, you get slammed, you get, talked about, but you want to make a difference, And again, one of the things that I think a lot of people, and I've said this before, people can accuse me of doing anything on my private time all they want. I didn't steal a damn dime from the kids, the students of this community. And that's the type of individual we start to need to have in office. Someone that's not going to put all those little bucks into their pocket. Good evening. Good evening. Any word on having Mayra Flores? Uh, no, Mayra Flores can't speak to save her life. And I'm trying to be nice. You know, she just can't. She can't hold a conversation. She can't answer questions. It's all little talking points. It's all thing. And again, I'm sorry. And I am being nice. I'm not going to go completely Trump on her. But you know, is that the best candidate we as the Republican Party could get on the ticket? Jeez, Frankie, how do you see the elections coming out tomorrow? Since
It's gonna be an interesting race. And what's very important is a lot weighs on this race for both Republicans and Democrats. As we all know, Vicente Gonzalez did move from his district because he felt that Monica, what's her name, from Hidalgo County, Monica, she was going to be the Republican. She was going to be victorious in that district because gerrymandering it goes up into
red
Jim
20.
Hogg, Jim Hogg, Duval County, if I'm not mistaken, which is predominantly Republican. So it's a very important race for both Republicans and Democrats. On one hand, we do have Dan Sanchez, who we anticipate being, and I anticipate this going into a runoff at Erasmo. I do anticipate we're going to go into a runoff in August with Maida and Dan Sanchez. The Republicans have pumped in close to $1 million at Erasmo on this race with Maida Flores. They're banking hard. Why? Because if they're able to secure this victory, they'll be they'll be
Pumped.
gliding they'll be gliding all the way to November. They'll have
Yeah,
all this momentum, and they'll be
pumped.
able to say, you know what, this seat is ours. Now, Vicente Gonzalez is riding a lot on Dan Sanchez. Why? Because if Dan Sanchez wins, same thing with the Democrats. They're going to say, "Oh, this is our seat for the taking." So a lot rides in this race. I do anticipate Dan Sanchez winning 70-30 in Cameron County. The interesting thing is going to be up in Kennedy, and I forgot the other county right under Nueces. I do apologize, but I do anticipate that going to Maida Flores. So it's going to be a very, very close race, which I do anticipate no candidate is going to get the 50% plus one vote. And I do anticipate Dan Sanchez and Maida Flores going into a runoff.
I, I think so too. And again, look, guys, and the other tidbit was that that the Republican Party is planning to bring down $3 million, Frankie, for TV advertising and everything else to guarantee themselves a win. One of the concerns that I have is why hasn't the Democratic Party stepped up as much? Why haven't they opened up their war chest and helped Dan Sanchez out? Dan Sanchez is going to be the Democratic candidate if it does go into a runoff. And again, if they want to have the focus on November, I think they should have just thrown a little bit more support out there. Part of what I hear is that a lot of the individuals, even in the Democratic Party, is that do not like Dan Sanchez that much. Take into consideration, Dan Sanchez did run against is it Eddie Trevino against for a Cameron County judge. So you're talking about a big old chunk of people that still might have some resentment and some sentiment against Dan Sanchez. It's unfortunate for Dan Sanchez, but I think his war chest is a lot thinner than Mayra Flores. But again, I don't know the reasoning behind it. One other thing, and look, guys, and I don't want the text messages from the Republican Party. I don't want the inbox messages. Please keep them to yourselves because I always get slammed on them because they say Erasmo and Roman has said this here, so I'm okay with saying it. A group is saying Erasmo, if they bring down those $3 million, it's going to be good for you. So no, it's good. Like, that's great. I appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. I'm still going to call it like I see it until I'm proven wrong. She cannot speak. She doesn't know the talking points, cannot hold a debate, a conversation to save her life. And again, my question is this the best candidate that we can produce? And, and then, and of course, Frankie, you've got, well, the female vote, and everyone's out the female vote. And I'm going like, I don't think it's going to affect much down here in this area. I don't think that we have those strong Democratic women that might go for a Maida, or those mid women that would go for Maida Flores. I think they're still going to swing for Dan, Frank.
My biggest question, and the reason I want to know is why didn't Vicente Gonzalez throw his name in the ring? That kind of leads me to believe like either he's weak, and obviously there's a brand new district, and to be fair to him, there's a whole new ball game. Why? Because in Hidalgo County, he knew all the players, he knew all the movers, he knew all the politiqueros, he knew where 500 here, 1,000 here, 2,500 here. He knew where the money was going. He knew all the. This is a brand new ball game, a brand new league, a brand new players, brand new faces. My question is, why didn't the Democrats? Why did they want their future potential candidate in November to sign up? To
That's a
sign up
good question.
now, that would send a huge message. Like, look, this is I'm new to this district,
Balls to
and
the wall.
I'm willing to fight for your vote, not only in November, but I'm willing to fight in June and possibly in August. Why? Because I want to be your vote. That's something that I keep on asking myself, and it is hard for Dan Sanchez. And look, I'll be on the record. I love Dan. I like Dan Sanchez. He's a good guy, great attorney.
Good friend.
I do, a good guy. I think he has an uphill battle, and he is on the record of saying that this is a David and Goliath matchup. Why? Because of the money involved. Dan Sanchez raised 50,000, loaned himself 100K, so he's in it for 150. Let's say 200, más o menos. Maida is at it 100 million, not including what they're going to be pumping in November, which is another what 2 million, 3 million possibly.
3 billion.
They're going for the jugular, as we all know. So that's my question. Why? And many people have asked me, why should I vote for somebody that's not only going to be there till January? I want somebody there that's going to be there in office, is going to work, and that's not only going to be there till 6 months, but to be there hopefully, a full term. That is the reluctance that I've been hearing from people that have been saying, I like the guy, I like Dan Sanchez, but he's only there for 6 months. Now, again, the whole idea behind the Democratic agenda is we need to support our candidate. Why? Because of Vicente. We need to support our candidate. So it is kind of hard for people to say, oh, vote blue. But then when you really get down to the nuts and bolts of it, okay, well, this candidate is only going to be there for 6 months. Do I really want to do this? What are the Democrat? And another thing that I've been hearing a lot from constituents, from friends, from people who are concerned is, what has the Democratic Party done for our area?
Nothing.
And it's unfortunate. We talked about it earlier this morning that, oh, I'm a Mexican, I'm Hispanic, so I have to vote Democrat, unfortunately. And we shouldn't treat politics that way. I spoke about it this morning. If you haven't catched it, make sure you tune in. That politicians, we should treat them as a business. If they're not producing, we got to get them out. What have they done regarding jobs? What
Nothing.
economic opportunity have they brought for our future generations?
No,
Nothing.
no.
As we all know, Erasmo, the youth take off to Austin, San Marcos. Do we ever hear from them again? Only during holidays, unfortunately. There is no economic opportunity. So that's the unfortunate thing, that down here, we've been entrenched with the idea of, you're Mexican, your last name is Olivo, you need to vote Democrat. Your last name is Hernandez, you need to vote Democrat. And we should be more open about our candidates and hold them to a short leash.
I agree, and you bring up an amazing point. And let me say again, guys, I think Maida is, going to take it. I just don't think that that Dan can counter in regards to all that stuff out there. But with the Vicente vote, I mean, I was asking myself the same question, but I think there was a little bit of fear, Frankie, in regards to, well, if I come out short, it's going to be embarrassing, and then when we meet up again in November, it's going to be hard for people to come back and vote for me again if I lose against her in this little small special election. So yeah, I think that there was a little bit of fear in regards to the party. I could not understand, since they were the two candidates already for each of their parties, why they just couldn't suck it out now, And I'll give you the example of the race for state representative, with Erin Gomez. You know, she was the only one that threw her hat in the ring. And that was an opportunity for anyone out there. You had 7, 8 good little months, to feed off the tit and get a little title in front of your name. She was the only one out there because there was no Republican candidate out there. I would have figured if there was a Republican candidate out there, then they would have stepped in as well, and they would have let him stepped in, and it would have been the Democrat candidate and the Republican candidate, and they could slug it out till November. So I'm wondering, why is Vicente really tripping out in regards to, I, don't want to embarrass myself in a district that I'm unfamiliar with. I don't know. But again, it's kind of a reverse type of a deal because it's kind of a reverse in the sense that Mayra right now that has been given that $1 million, already spending $1 million budget out there, and Dan up to 200,000. The papers are going to turn in November because Mayra is still going to be the Republican candidate, and Vicente is going to be the Democrat candidate. And in November, guys, you're going to see millions and millions of dollars coming out of Vicente Chente's war chest. The guy's already thrown a couple of million down here already. So it's going to be interesting. Is money going to talk? Nice shirt, Mr. Castro. It's pretty amazing. Oh, he's back. Crank it! What the heck? Dun, 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 dun. Who, me? Oh, Frank. Despite your illness, we deeply appreciate your commitment to show up. I will be on here, guys. Might not be for a full show at times, but I'll be on here just to say, hey, Frankie's gay, and it's his month. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So good evening, gentlemen. Guys, don't forget to like the video. Yes, guys, please go out there. If you're on YouTube, like that damn video, guys. Like it up. May wrong. I
Mayra
don't know if I
Flores.
Oh, my raw Flores. What's up with the duplicate daily mailers and door tags? Is it desperation or lack of awareness of the amount of wasted going through mailers at the end of the? Yesterday, I went actually to do a wedding up in down south. Most I was very very fortunate because I had overbooked it just a little, and what happened is I had one wedding after the other. But fortunately for me, they were like 6 blocks away. But let me tell you, allá para la South Most, Frankie, allá por la Truman, pues me arranqué, ¿no? And then I went to Delia, me arranqué, and I got off to do the wedding. Let me tell you, the floor was littered with mailers and door tags. People just throwing these things away. What is your take on all these flyers, door tags, mailers, and stuff?
I don't know. I do receive them at the house. Whenever there were the previous elections. Again, this is our third election. The first one was the arena. The second was the JPs, and now it's the special congressional district race. I think people are tired. I think they don't really look at it. But at the same time, whenever you have somebody like Mayra Flores, you do need to get your name out there. And I understand as us, open up our mail and looking at it, it's all about name recognition. It's all about what's been out there. And even though, we hate to be saturated with so much junk mail and so much propaganda that unfortunately that's how it works. And many individuals don't think that mail outs, they don't make a difference. I feel that they do. They are expensive. But I understand how the voter is tired of all the continuous, again, three elections back to back to back within what, couple months at Osmo.
Couple
And I
months.
and I and I could understand the frustration and I don't want no more. But at the end of the day, a lot of bucks are involved. A lot of people's lives are about to change one way or the other. And no matter what way I look at it, I do feel like as Mayra Flores, you do need to get your name out there as much as possible, especially in a blue Democratic district, predominantly in previous years. You do need exposure. You do need your name out there as much as possible. Why? Because you are going up against a monsoon, which is the Democratic Party in Cameron County. So I would say that she does need it.
Yeah, and again, Juan Carlos, it's just the name of the game. Let me tell you, uh, I was very, very surprised. Even some months back, and let me say, guys, I didn't decide. I didn't decide to run as a Republican, as the because I was expecting all this money coming down, and I'm not getting any money. Let me make that clear. I'm not making it. These ads are not for Erasmo Castro. I got some individuals that broke down with the filing fee, and and I greatly appreciate. Thank you. And some individuals that broke down with some signs, Frankie, and some push cards. Again, thank you all so very much. Keep on sending stuff my way. But I didn't expect there to be. You know how we run races, Frankie. I didn't expect there to be all these boohoo's of money out there and stuff. So I had no idea that the Republican Party was going to spend 3 million before the general election, and probably as soon as early voting starts for November, they're probably going to throw out a crap load of cash down here, guys. And that is something that and I didn't expect it, Frankie, because that's something that we have never seen, because you've never seen the Democrats or Republicans at a national level eyeing for Brownsville, Cameron County, for this area, South Texas. You had never, ever seen it, because we have always gone blue, 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 blue. Let me tell you guys, the numbers are showing that we're like at 40%. And that's trippy. That has never happened here in this area. So is Cameron County, Brownsville, Texas, is it winnable for red, Frankie? And the answer is yes. And that is something that we have never seen. So it makes sense, Juan Carlos, that they would pump in millions of dollars for Mayra Flores, for the Republican Party, from any of and all these action committees, because and look, this is my stance. It would send a powerful message to Washington and for the presidential election 2 years from now. A powerful message that if the Republicans could turn the bluest of blues, where no one would spend any money, because the Democrats thought they already had it won, Frankie. You mentioned it. The Martinezes, the Olivos, they were all going to vote Democrat. Why spend money when they already know you got your vote? The Reds didn't even want to throw money down here because they thought they had absolutely no shot, no chance. So it's telling, Frankie. It's very, very, very telling.
And I go back to the whole Vicente Gonzalez not running. That to me is a big indicator of there's a possibility. And again, anything can happen in politics. It just goes to show that people people are tired. People want change, and it is hard because here we do live in an area again where it's predominantly Democrat for the longest of years. But I think people are slowly starting to see the need for change. And again, I ask, your followers, our community, what has the Democratic Party provided our community
Not
the
them.
last 10 years, the last 20 years, the last 30 years? The only thing they've done, if we look at the city, if we look at the county, if we look at our reps and senators, what have they done? They've only enriched themselves, while we, South Texas, Brownsville, have been one of the poorest areas in how many years, Erasmo? We have nothing to show our
Nothing.
hang our hat on. The only thing is SpaceX, but that was separate and apart. We didn't. These politicians didn't bring Elon Musk. Elon Musk kind of pretty much threw his money down here and said, "Hey, I'm going to open up shop." Okay, sir. What do you want to do? But other than that, what job creations have they done? What economic opportunity? And look, Erasmo, I'm a practical person. In my conspiracy theorist mind, I feel as if maybe Washington thinks that South Texas, Rio Grande Valley is Mexico, and they're like, why should we invest in Mexico if they're just you know,
Mexicans.
gonna be Mexicans? And I feel as if no matter who's in office, they won't have a positive change for our area because no matter what, Washington controls everything. How much money we get, what policy, what legislation are being pushed down here. Is South Texas, McAllen, Brownsville, Edinburgh, are we Mexico in the eyes of Washington? I don't know, maybe because the track record that the Democrats have had in our area is nothing. We have nothing to hang our hat on. We have nothing to be proud of. We have nothing to say, oh, what look at these Democrats. They're working for us. Instead, what do we hear? They're consultants. They're making a buck. We
Tons
have
of
we have county commissioners that have been on the county tit for 20 plus years. What have they done? They've enriched themselves, unfortunately. And I think that has to stop. And I think people are paying a little bit more attention to that. And again, we have to treat politicians like a business. Have they been producing? And if not, we need change.
Fuera. Again, actions speak louder than words. Some people are all talk and no action. So please, some people are not good at talking, but they are very productive people. Again, she has done nothing. And again, I'm not going to bash Maida, but I'm going to answer your question, Georgina. And again, she hasn't done anything. What has she done? Does anyone know what she has done? Because what actions? I mean, holding a gun in a picture and saying, "Come take it over my dead body." I mean, that's not doing anything. What has she done? I don't know. And again, look, it's real easy. And again, I promised I wasn't going to go out there and do the bashing, but I'm going to answer the questions. Look, guys, going out there and saying uh, pro life, pro gun, no taxes, secure borders, those are talking points. What has she done? Anyone? Has anyone seen what she's done? And look, I'm not saying that the other guy on the other side is any better. That's how screwed we are. That's how screwed we are. Because neither side has produced a candidate that you could say, like, oh man, I'm all in for this guy or this chick or whatever. No one. And that's the only thing I'm saying, Georgina, is that, I mean, what has she done? And look, and again, I'll eat my words. I'll eat my words. Have her come on and tell us what she's done. Have her share her platform. Tell us what she is, because commercials don't cut it. They're written scripts, Frankie. Read off the cardboard here. That's what commercials are. I want you to answer questions on the damn fly. That's what I want you to do. But again, I'm not dissing her. I'm trying to play nice. I'm trying to be nice. Let's go, Maida. I'm done with Democrats. So am I. So am I. That still does not prevent me from sharing my disgust with us as a party not being to produce something better. But I am done with the Democrats here. Frankie is right. They've screwed you over. We've gone nowhere. SpaceX came here because of what Frankie said. SpaceX came here because it was the perfect place. Because all this is windows into space. And the perfect place was in our area, guys. That's why SpaceX is here. It wasn't because Eddie Trevino could go eat all the Spiro Papas with Elon Musk he wants. He didn't do anything. Anything. Does Maida speak English fluently? Maida speaks English extremely well. She speaks English, guys. And again, I just don't think that she could hold a conversation. That's my concern. Because what happens, guys, is, let me tell you, it's real easy to speak in 5-minute little intervals. It's easy. Hold a conversation for an hour, like Frankie sometimes does. He's getting better. Or Erasmo does. Hold a conversation, like a lot of these individuals are going to have to do. And that's my concern. Not the fluency, because she speaks English well. Great English. I just want more. Tell me what you're going to do for me. Because at the end of the day, I'm a voter. Democrats have done nothing but run this country to the ground. I'm not so much concerned about the country, but you're right. I'm concerned with what they've done to Brownsville, Texas. What they've done to Cameron County, guys. They've stolen from you. They've taken the food out of the mouth of your children. That's what they've done. And we've been stagnant. We go to Frank. I don't know. You saw this post this morning, Frankie. And guys, we got 6 minutes, and I really got to leave at 10 o'clock. I only saw this post, Frankie. There's a plane leaving Brownsville at 8:15, and there's a plane leaving at Harlingen at 8:15 going to Cleveland. They make the same amount of time, the same day, a minute apart, Frankie. You know that people in Brownsville have to pay $100 more? $100 more. So honestly, guys, what did those 37 million get us at the airport? They got us jack squat. They got us nothing. Nothing. Frankie?
I personally, Erasmo, and to the community, I honestly think that the Brownsville Airport was specifically designed for Elon Musk. I think if you really look at it, and I've never flown from Brownsville, and I'm sure many tuning in with us always. Where do we go? Harlingen. We go to McAllen. We go to Vegas. The destination point is McAllen to Vegas. Cheaper rates, affordable rates. But for the most part, I went to Vegas on Super Bowl weekend. I flew American from Brownsville, very first time. I walk in and I'm like, okay, $60 million. Okay, I could see it from the outside. Nice, nice, nice art. A beautiful scenery. I go up to the terminals. It's dead. There's like two or three terminals. There's no restaurants, no coffee shops. I had to settle for a freaking um, uh, vending machine. And again, I'm used to having a coffee, having a drink, a soft drink before
From
my
human being.
from human being. Make sure you get your coffee from human being. But I honestly feel it, Asmo, that they specifically isolated Brownsville, and they don't want because Erasmo, they only have two, possibly three airlines, if I'm not mistaken. They only have American and Delta, if I'm not mistaken. And you ask yourselves, why can't we get Southwest? Why can't we get Frontier? Why can't we get Aeromexico, Aerobus? What are the reasons why? Harlingen does have those Cancun trips for what, less than $100. But
Eight, 9 bucks.
my theory, guys, my theory is, why would Elon Musk want a busy airport? You think he wants to wait in line for other private jets or for other planes to leave
Nope.
the terminal? No, he wants, whenever I fly in, it's my plane and I'm out of here. I
Yeah,
honestly think that those $60 million were purposely invested to try and beautify and try and expand the runway. But ultimately, I do feel that it was perfectly designed for Elon alone
solo.
to have this airport.
All right, gotta leave. But let me go through the comments real quick. Dan Sanchez got a lot of baggage. If he was running against someone viable, he will lose. Dan has put it to keep the seats safe Vicente to kick off those Democratic candidate women. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be. He's doing that great of a job out there, unfortunately. And again, and I'm getting calls in the middle of this damn show, and I already told people what the hell is going on here? There it is. Um, there are two Democrat candidates. The party should not give money to one, not to the other, but they are running TV ads for Dan through a PAC allegedly. Vicente has millions. Maida might win in November. Yeah, it's very viable. We return mailers back to sender. Oh, my Lord. That's kind of awesome. Never thought about it. Absolutely nothing provided. My man speaking facts. Preach. Democrats are accusing Maida of using dark money. Ha, Vicente's king of the dark money. Look it up, 100%. City downtown area is sadly ugly, horrible. Nothing has been done to improve it. Find ways to help the homeless, etc. No economic growth, none whatsoever. Maida, yes, it's what we have. Angelica said, Brownsville is Mexico in the eyes of Los Fresnos. Yes, that's about right. Frankie, we're the poorest because we have failed leadership. What did Filomena Vicente done for their district? Absolutely nothing. What have our politicians done? Nothing. Roman is sorry he couldn't do the show today. He was with me at Maida Flores event. I will be on at 9 a.m. Send him the link. No, he's not any better. Nah. Short show, huh? Well, Great talking boys. Thanks, guys, for giving us the form. Thank you, Frankie, for coming on. You're amazing. My FI is more like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Bobart. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Mexico has no more corruption and is booming. No, it has corruption, trust me. But they're starting to hide it like we used to hide it. Jessica Tetrell is proud of the Brownsville airport. Too soon, Frankie. Good evening. Good evening. I'm all for voting Republican, but that doctor lady you had a week ago running is a Republican. She's a won't vote for her. She was funny though. Did you see that show, Frankie?
The doctor,
Yeah,
yeah, she's out there.
amazing. We were gonna have her back. I'm going to try to get her back tomorrow for the election
Results.
results. Yeah, you gonna be on?
Shoot me a message. See
I will.
see what I'm
All right.
doing.
Hello, Frankie. Thank you for coming on, Frankie. You saved my life because I actually was dying. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for coming on in these emergency situations. You're free to come back anytime you want, right?
I appreciate it, man. I'm enjoying my live post Brownsville talk.
I tried to see how my husband lacks the leadership to make it grow. I visited my parents this past weekend and drove to downtown, and it's depressing to see what it looks like. It's horrible. You're pretty right. Guys, have a great evening. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. Still believing all that crap. I'm done. Thank you again, Frankie. You're amazing. Guys, Frankie, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Please sign up to his social media page. I don't know which one he's using the show on, and also his Facebook page, guys. Oh, his YouTube page. Please, guys. Thank you, Frankie, again. Guys, have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. God bless. Take care. Be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. Adios.